Hello, guys, and welcome to the warm-up zone. Uh, it's just me again. I'm just gonna do a quick little thing about what's going on in the NFL. The big news is Bill O'Brien was fired. Crazy stuff. Except was it really that crazy? I mean, come on. You either saw it coming or you didn't. Who knows? I mean, I think Adam Gase probably would have been fired first, but you know what? First firing of the season. It's Bill O'Brien. Um, uh, it's kind of one of those things where I'm thinking, if I was the Texans, I wish I could have fired the GM, Bill O'Brien, and kept the coach, Bill O'Brien. Because, he wasn't a bad coach. He did pretty good. Deshaun Watson was out that one year, and they still went 9-7. They've won their division 4 times, I think he's won their division. So, I mean, he's not a bad coach. I just don't think he's a very good GM, obviously. He traded the wide receiver that's leading us in receptions this year. So, not looking good. You go 0-4. You trade away one of the best receivers in the NFL. Yeah, you're not looking too good as a GM. Unfortunately, though, you can't just fire the GM, who is also the coach. So you got to get rid of both of them at the same time. So that's kind of how it felt to me. He's not a bad coach. He's just not very good at being a GM. My one question is, I really don't know how much it changed anything. I mean, I don't know what the Texans are expecting out of this. Are they going to magically get better? Do they have just someone better than Bill O'Brien just sitting on their staff? I mean, let's also be reasonable. They played the Chiefs. Who expects the Texans to beat the Chiefs? We don't. No one. They played the Ravens. Who expects them to beat the Ravens? No one. They played the Steelers, which was a winnable game, but Steelers are looking good with Ben Roethlisberger again. So do you really expect them to beat them? I would say what sealed the deal is they lost the Minnesota Vikings, who are not doing well this year either. But you could also make an argument that the Vikings are a better team than their record shows. So, I mean, next week Bill O'Brien was going to beat the Jaguars. They're going to beat the Jaguars this week, with or without Bill O'Brien. They're going to play the Titans. It's going to be a really good game. Deshaun Watson's a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill. I would really hope the Texans beat them, with or without Bill O'Brien. They'll play the Packers and lose. No one's expecting them to beat the Packers. Even if you're thinking of them as a playoff team, you don't expect them to beat the Packers. You expect them to beat the Jaguars. Browns would be a good game. Patriots have their number. Not going to win. But then after that, it's the Colts, the Lions. We don't really know how good the Bears are. Really don't know how good the Colts are. They play the Bengals and the Titans again. I mean, looking like an 8-8 team, which is what we've expected for them. They got 9-7, 8-8. That's with or without. I don't think it really changes anything for the Texans. They're going to stay around 8-8 or squeak into the playoffs somehow. But Tennessee, that's if Tennessee keeps it up. I mean, I don't really trust Ryan Tannehill enough to keep him at the top of that division. Indianapolis, I think, might be a little bit better. It's just a whole bunch of 8-8 feeling teams, a lot of question marks. And to me, I don't think any of those teams are as good as their record shows. I think Jacksonville is as bad as their record shows. And I think Houston had a chance to win one and lost it, and we didn't expect them to win the other 3 games. So, I don't really see it as his fault. I just think that the team wishes they could have fired the GM, Bill O'Brien, not the coach, Bill O'Brien. But that's how I feel. Put up a question on our Instagram page. Who do you think's going to win the NFC Least? The Cowboys or the Eagles? I think that's kind of a fun little toss-up. Let's see what people think. I don't know if people think that the Cowboys are as bad as their record shows, and I don't know if people think the Eagles are as bad as their record shows. I think the Cowboys have an easier schedule the next 3 games. They play the Giants, the Cardinals, and Washington. And then we're going to be looking at them sitting at 4-3, or at least, at close to 500. And the Eagles will be, that'll be a little different. Their schedule shows that they're playing the Steelers. It's going to be rough. They're going to play the Ravens. They're not going to win that. No one expects it. they'll play the Giants and win, and then by the time they get to the Cowboys, I think they'll be a little bit worse than the Cowboys, but they'll both be fighting it for all year long. I do think that the Eagles will get healthier and they'll start to be better towards the end of the season and make a push for it. But also at the same time, someone could win that division at 8-8, 9-7, 7-9. It's just the least. They're terrible. Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone thinks that the Dallas Cowboys or the Eagles are going to win the championship. So I don't think it's really that big of a deal. My thing is right now, just wanted to give a quick update on my top teams so far. These aren't in any order. I have the Seahawks, the Saints, Green Bay, Buccaneers, Ravens, Chiefs, and Bills. I think those are the 7 teams that I could actually win it this year. Yeah, that's about it. And then after that, I got like Colts, Bears, Raiders, Patriots, Steelers, Titans, 49ers, Browns, and Rams. I'm kind of other playoff teams. I could upset someone. I could see that happening. But then, really, it's just the Cardinals and the Chargers. They might make it to the playoffs. I don't feel like either one of those is a good enough team to win more than maybe one playoff game. I think they'll make it to the playoffs. I don't think either one of those will win. Obviously, I didn't put the Eagles or the Cowboys in either one of those. So, I think my best team so far this year, gonna have to go with the Chiefs. Although the way they played against the Patriots last night did not give me a lot of confidence, but that's also because it's Bill Belichick. I mean, we've come to expect from Bill Belichick is that he's pretty good at scheming defenses against really good quarterbacks. The only one he can't really seem to stop is Russell Wilson, unless it's at the 1-yard line on a pass play. That's the other thing. I'm going to have a quick update what happened last night. The Chiefs played the Patriots. They won 26-10. It was not that... The Chiefs were not winning by that much by most of the game. It's really just throwing in that backup quarterback at the end for the Patriots just to get picked off. So most of the score was 13-3. And then the Chiefs scored after the Patriots scored. And then one of the quarterbacks got picked off. So it wasn't that close. It was actually pretty close. Most of the game, that score doesn't make it look that way. The Packers will wall up to the Falcons. That's another coach that I think people are expecting to get fired is Dan Quinn. So just waiting for that. It's just a matter of time before that happens. And Aaron Rodgers is playing really well. It's a little disappointing to me because Russell Wilson, I think, should win an MVP or 2 or 3. And Aaron Rodgers is going to play out of his mind. And for some reason, people forget about Russell Wilson as soon as somebody else plays really well. So we're going to see how that goes. But yeah, my top teams right now, no order. Seahawks, Saints, Green Bay, Buccaneers, Ravens, Chiefs, and Bills. The Bills are on the lower end for me on all those. That's mostly because I don't trust the Bills, and they also have to play New England a lot, twice a year. So we'll see. See how it goes. I have some money on the Buccaneers winning it all. Can't say I'm like 100% on that, but I think the Buccaneers do really well, mostly because I trust Tom Brady. But they also have to play Green Bay, Seahawks, Saints, which I think any of those teams could beat each other. So this is my top teams. That's what happened with Bill O'Brien and my thoughts on that. So yeah, don't forget to go follow us, like us, all that jazz. It's just the warm-up zone. You can find the link to YouTube on our Instagram, but you can just look us up on YouTube. That'd be cool. All right. See you.